Good morning guys, how are you folks? Hope you're all okay. Now as you can see we have a inbox review. Now I've not done an inbox review for a long time. I basically call them flipping the lid. That's the name of them for on my channel. I just couldn't think of anything else really, so I thought why not, instead of calling them a bloody inbox review like everybody else does. So this is been out for a bit now. It was released last year, 2019. I mean, they've been saying for a while that these were coming from Gecko models. It's British Infantry and Combat circa 2010 to 16. Now the thing that excites me is the fact that, okay, there's some British modern infantry, which we've been after for a long time, but also it says there set 1. So I'm reckoning, well, I think there is a set 2 coming soon, isn't there, which I think I've seen pictures for somewhere, but not, there's just a couple, you know, there's not all that many. So I've not opened this box yet. I've had it for a few months now. If you check out GT modelling, GT scale modelling on YouTube, Gav is doing a British diorama in Afghan, and he's using the Bronco set. Do have that with the quad bike of British modern military that is in the stash. So I wasn't going to review that, but I thought I'll review this because I've been wanting to do them for a while, and seeing Gav's videos give me a bit of a kick up the arse. So Gecko, a fairly new company, so I like the way they packed stuff as well. I've got a set of World War II infantry figures, British infantry figures, which I was astonished by how well they're packed for such a cheap price, you know. The box number for this is 35G M for Mike 0015. So that's 35 Golf Mike 0015. Gecko models, British Infantry and Combat circa 2010-16 set 1, 1/35 scale. Yeah, a few cautions and that of what not to do with the kits. Barcodes, Hong Kong, information about Gecko models and all that. I do believe, are they along the same lines as Bronco and that? Are this? I think they are sort of same company. You get a picture of the details of the kit of the figures, and I think you get a couple of different heads that you can put on too here. And then at the back we have the thing of what we get, basically the sprue maps of what we get in the box. I do like you get photo etch parts, which is all the straps and everything for the weapons, and you also get decals for the unit markings, I believe. I also like this as well with the companies that do this. You've got it that way, the description of the box that way down, so if you want to slide your figures into, you know, your stash that way you can, or you can stash them flat that way because that's the way it is on that end. I've always liked that with boxes. I believe do Academy do that, I think, or certain ones do that. I know Edward do that, I think. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, let's have a look. So you get the outer packaging, which is good, but you also get, which I do like, a cardboard box inside. So that's very much like Zvezda, and it's a nicely packed box, as you can see. You get a lovely instruction manual, and that's what you get inside the box. Okay, so it's all in one pack, which is a shame. It's not wrapped separately, but you've got your photo etch in the same pack with the decals, which again I don't particularly like, but can't have everything, can you? So let's have a look. So let's start with the instruction manual. So it's a booklet like that, which is nice, with the staples down the side. You open them up and you'll find all the bump here. I can't get rid of this. I'm sorry guys about the flash and everything, really. I apologise for that, but I can't really do much about it because of, it's just one of them things, I'm afraid, that it just needs lighting, doesn't it, I'm afraid. So I don't know what it can do really. Anyway, so yeah, you get the all information here. It's in Japanese, Chinese, German, Botswana, Kugali Googie, I don't know what else. Then you get your usual icon instructions here, so it tells you like where to cut, bend, super glue, paint the colour, you know, like. Then you got a caution listed here in red, which is quite good because a lot of companies don't necessarily do it in red. Then we come on to the rifles. It gives you the photo etch and the way to bend them and where to connect them with the weapons, which is nice to see. And it tells you what colour the straps and the actual connection, you know, the what do you call them? The connectors are supposed to be. And it tells you what glue to use here. It doesn't give you a specific paint call out, it just tells you what colours they're supposed to be. So it just says like here flat black, which is good, and then khaki green, so of course then you can just pick out whichever colour that you want to use. I do quite like that actually, it's good. Then you're building the weapons up. There's a few quite fiddly parts with the handles and the gun butts and the rests and everything. Magazine pouches. Then again you come on to the heavier machine guns, and then it tells you the colours again of what to put. Then you start middle page, you start to put the figures together. This looks like it's the guy kneeling down, which it is. He's checking his watch, so you could have that as a, you know, diorama of that. You know, he's checking his watch, ready for the assistants to arrive or airstrikes or whatever. And then before, I'm not sure if that's no. And this is the other figure you get. He's on a knee rest. Get all the nice pouches and everything. Standing soldier with a heavy machine gun. You can either do him looking over or you can do him in contact. And then you've got this another soldier here, which he's climbing or he's stepping onto something, and you do actually get 2 bits of the brick wall to add, which is good. Here on page 6 you get the colours here, and it tells you what to do, and it's also got a blown up section at the bottom here, which tells you what camouflage pattern and how to do it if you wanted that, which is good. Then on the back is again the same, but you do actually have real pictures, which is quite good. So if you're a bit struggling for a bit of research material, you could actually use these that you've got here, which is good. So yeah, quite like that little touch. So that's the instructions. So let's just go back out again a bit. Right, okay, so then we come to the parts. So let's just check the pack out. It's not a resealing pack, so you can't reseal them afterwards, but let's open them up anyway and just pull them all out so we can see what we get. Okay, so that's all there. Okay, so before we go on to the photo etch and that, let's check these out for the, let's go down a bit. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so yeah, not bad. Very, very nicely detailed. Very nicely detailed these are. I mean, you don't have to add any bits onto the rifles and that because they're all there. All the bits are, and then of course the heavier machine guns you've got, you can add the extra bits and pieces. You get your bladders, your water bladders, your fountains, you get your Bergens and that on the back here, and then a couple more of the helmets and some more of the webbing pouches to add onto the webbing, which is good. It's all nicely detailed, very nicely detailed. And again, more pouches on the sides here. It looks like they've got a couple of ammo packs here, which is to attach. Then it looks like you've got your mics, which will click onto the helmets, which are quite nice. Again, another sprue of what we've just seen, so I'll just take that over there. And then we come on to a couple of the figures. They're on separate sprues, so you get 1 for 1 and that, which is nice. And this one comes with a couple of different heads, which is nice, so you get one with sunglasses on and that. And you do actually get, which I do quite like, the the boot, the actual sole, is different there. So you get that to stick onto the boot, which I thought was quite good. There's a bit of flash on the sides of them, but you know, it's nothing that you can't sort of, you know, the basic of modelling techniques you need to do, you know. It's not that hard at all. And then you've got the other two sprues, which are the standing soldiers, I think. Yep. And you've got like a brick there for some reason, and then you've got your brick wall, which is there, nicely detailed. And again, the webbing and the bulletproof vests, you know, the Kevlar vests and that. And then you get a separate little bag, which is sealed at the top, for your photo etch and the decals. So if we take them off, we'll have a look at the decals. It says the decals are from Gecko models, so I don't know how good they'll be, but we can certainly have a look. You've got a first aid pouch, I believe, first aid marking there on the top here, first aid cross and that for your meds patches, and then a couple of the others, you know, but they're not bad at all. They seem a bit thin, which is quite nice, so they'll be quite good. And then your photo etch comes with a back, you know, the sticky backing, that it sort of keeps it all together. But again, they're very nice, they're all clearly labelled, and it's quite thin as well, which is nice. Now that could be a bit of an issue. You've got a couple of the buckles there, which are they're going to be very thin to deal with, so you're going to have to be extremely light-handed with dealing with that. But yeah, all in all, it's all quite good. So it's a nice little set to add to the more British armours that we've had. So you can add the Husky, you can add them to the Husky, and then of course the Challenger, and the Challenger 2 and that from Tamiya, and of course the forthcoming one from Ryefield. So there you go, guys. So there's a quick inbox review of that, first one in a while, flipping the lid. Any information or anything, guys, or any questions, stick in the comments below. So hope you're well, hope you all stay safe, and may the force be with you. See you guys.